Yeah, I'm out at Brooklyn. Now I'm down in Tribeca, right next to the Narrow. But I'll be hood forever. I'm the new Sinatra. And since I made it here, I can make it anywhere. Yeah, they love me everywhere. I used to cop in Harlem. All of my Dominican.
Welcome everybody to your No Matter What series. My name's Pierre Pizzuto. This is episode 6. We are talking about tempo change when you are training. Now remember, of course, this series is about building lean muscle. So those of you trying to, get slender or tone up, this might not be the series for you, but you might pick up a few tips along the way. As mentioned at the end of episode 1, this is technically another form or technique of hypertrophy and fatigue, and it's to do with when you have maybe a gym that isn't well equipped, the weights aren't heavy enough, or you might be struggling with an injury, rehab, etc., and you need to lift lighter. Let's start with the basics. That's you messing around with the eccentric and the concentric part of the rep. They look a little bit like this. For those of you that don't know, the concentric part is when the muscle is contracting and squeezing together. So doing that bit slow pumps some extra blood into that area. Arguably, mind-muscle connection, you can feel yourself working that rep better on that part. And of course, the eccentric part, where studies have shown is where we tear the muscle and where we get sore, is the other section. So nice and slow through the concentric part as one tempo change, and nice and slow through the eccentric as that muscle stretches as another option. So now let's talk performance. If you want a tempo that is really going to make you improve and improve quickly, check out this one. So a form of box squat, and this is where, of course, you sit down at the bottom of a rep, for example, with these squats, and it basically alleviates you of that resistance, but only for you to then work the full load again explosively from the seated position. And remember, you can do this with other exercises like bent over rows, whereby you pull from the ground into the chest, back down, let it rest on the floor. I believe they're called pendule rows. Okay, so the pendule row is an example of this form of tempo for your back. The box squats is an example for your legs. And let's just say you do on the floor chest press with a bar or with dumbbells, where you rest your elbows on the floor at the bottom and drive back up to the top for working your chest and shoulders. I like to call this next one the Dennis James, because I believe he came up with this. It's basically a giant set or an accumulation or regression set. I've sped this up. Check this out. It again can be done with pretty much any exercise, any muscle group. I'm doing it on a nice standard leg press. You pick a weight where you can just about do 12 reps with. Instead of putting that weight down, a soft bend in that joint, hold it there for about 10 seconds, then try and do 10 reps, hold it there, 8 reps, hold it there, 6, then 4, then 2, with that soft bend in the knee so that the muscle is always still working, or soft bend in your elbow, whatever works. If it's chest press, if it's whatever for your back, you can do this format. One big set, trust me, you'll be burning at the end. And I've just got one more for you. So on exercises of position of stretch, like a cable fly or these rope pull-throughs that I'm about to show you, you pause at that bottom point or that opening point, the point of biggest stretch of that exercise for about half a second. It's a slight pause and then you fire back through. But unlike the rest pause ones with the box squats that I showed you, this one you don't put the weight down. So even though you've stopped that momentum, you keep the weight that you are working with. So why not mix it up now? So why not do, say, 5 reps of concentric slow, 5 of eccentric slow, and then maybe a little bit of Dennis James, whereby you do 12 good quick reps with a little hold at the top. Mix it up, be imaginative. Time to be a little bit serious now, guys. Now, a lot of my clients, they come to me and they can't squat properly, and it's not necessarily about strength. You've got to think about things like pillar prep. I suggest you go to Mark Lobliner Pillar Prep. It's very important. It's sometimes scar tissue, it's inflexibility. You need to really get on top of range of motion before you start lifting heavy weights. Check out this next little clip, very standard move. You should all be able to do this. And that's your lot for today. The No Matter What series with Pierre Pizzuto, episode 6, Tempo Change. I'll see you again soon. Any questions, any queries, pop them down below. Take care.